What is differentiated learning, and does it get results? At some point, all students struggle with the traditional classroom model. It is a one-size-fits-all solution which disengages the more able and which can leave those who are struggling behind. Research from respected organisations such as the Sutton Trust has highlighted that small group teaching, personal learning plans, guided practice and feedback lead to a better understanding of concepts. But unfortunately, differentiation and feedback is hard to scale without technology. Tute's purpose is to make the best teaching available to all. We are about leveraging digital content and technology to provide students with skills which leave the teacher to focus on depth and application of content to promote higher order thinking skills. Our world enables an environment where we individualize self-paced instruction, provide differentiated small group instruction based upon pre-assessment data by lesson, allow schools to operate on a much lower cost per pupil, which will allow them to relocate resources. This world is centered around differentiated learning. Differentiated learning lets the students make the most of their time and efforts whilst providing individual help for individual needs. It does this by flipping the traditional pedagogical model so that the typical lecture and homework elements of a course are reversed. Students using Tute will view SCORM-based interactive assessment modules before the online class session, allowing in-class time to be centred on the key learning gaps or where concepts are already understood on enrichment. The assessment lets Tute teachers understand the capability of each individual student in advance of the lesson. It does this by capturing and scoring the student whilst they are taking the online assessment module and sending this data to the teacher. Our teachers then identify student clusters and start to differentiate the lesson delivery to each cluster. So students may, for example, be set different questions or tasks. Activities might be staggered so that the teacher can engage with one group whilst the others are working on a separate exercise. The key with the assessment data is that it allows teachers to better plan in advance, encouraging students to become more actively involved in their learning. Results. Student perspective. The students are more engaged using online content versus paper and pencil practices. They like getting real-time feedback and knowing where they stand at any time. Students can control how fast or slow the pace of the lesson is. In Tute lessons, we see students rapidly improve attainment because they are more engaged and the lesson is more relevant. We call this unleashing their learning velocity. Also, even though the class sizes may be smaller, students feel that the tutoring is individual because the experience they have of teaching is one of the lesson being tailored absolutely to their need. Teacher perspective. Tute teachers find it easier to plan for small group instruction versus trying to teach a full class of multiple capabilities where grades fluctuate from top to bottom. They find small groups more rewarding because the students are more engaged. And they are surprised by how much easier the classroom management is when the students are fully engaged via computers as opposed to working within a traditional classroom environment. Differentiated online learning is innovative, and it is exciting to experience the potential it can bring into teaching as part of a wider solution in schools. Welcome to social education. Welcome to Tute.